Hey there, everyone. I am just hopping on for my next series here to start. If you pop on, please say hello. I'd love to get some questions, comments, anything, and also suggestions on what you might want to hear about, or if you have questions for me. Put them in the comments below, or feel free to connect with me privately if you'd like to. So when you hop on, please say hi, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Tonight, I am going to talk about 5 tips to get you started with exercise. So this is for anyone. Just a little bit about me. Exercise never came very naturally to me, let's say. It's something I resisted a lot and always really struggled with consistency. And it's only recently that I have started to become consistent again. I've stopped and started many times, and it's just kind of the way it goes. And I've learned a lot through that process, but I'm in a very different mental space now. And I think that's part of what is helping me with staying consistent. And so I just wanted to give you a couple of tips on how you might get started based on my own experiences. You know, when I was 220 pounds, I certainly did not go straight into an intense workout, and I wasn't working out 6 days a week. I started out with bringing my very cute dog, who wants to be part of everything, taking her on walks. And actually, this was before I had this very cute dog, so I was taking walks for myself, and then when we got her, I wanted to be able to take longer walks with her and spend more time with her running around. So that's how I started, and then I kind of gradually got into doing longer programs, and I did well with that for a while. And then with the autoimmune stuff, sometimes that takes a hit and changes what you're really capable of doing. And so I'm really happy that at this point I am 6 weeks consistent on my current workout program. And for me, that's really not about being consistent on a workout program, and it has nothing to do with weight. It really just has to do with building my own confidence and knowing that I can do it, and building that belief in myself. So here are a couple tips 5 tips to get you started on your own exercise program, if that is something that you struggle with, like I did, and I still do from time to time. So I have to revisit a lot of this as well throughout my journey. So the first one is starting with why. So if your why is initially about weight loss, you gotta go deeper, because that is not going to get you the results that you want. So go deeper. Why do you want to lose weight? Is it because you want to be able to run around with your kids, that you want to be able to run around with your dog? Do you have a trip coming up and you don't want to be out of breath all the time while you're walking around different areas, things like that? You know, why is it that you want to start an exercise program? Or is it general health? And if it's general health, ask yourself a little bit deeper why on that too. Like for me, I am really looking for optimal health, and that why is really tied toward being able to manage my autoimmune disease, so that I don't have the symptoms like I have been. And so being able to manage that means the consistency in exercise, and particularly the consistency in diet. So that's the first one, to start with why. Second is start with something you enjoy. Oh my gosh, if you are just starting out and you try to do some weightlifting program or something super intense and you don't enjoy it, you're not gonna stick with it. So if you're struggling, start with something that you enjoy. So whether that's going on walks, going on a hike, going on a walk with your dog or with a human being, or both, If you love dance, go take a dance class. Get back into that. Or team sports. Sign up for a volleyball team if you love volleyball, or baseball, or whatever sport, team sports. If you do love weights and high intensity things, then do that. There's just so many options, and if you don't know what you like now, don't feel like you have to get stuck. Try out some stuff. Try going on a hike and say, did I really enjoy that or not? If you didn't, then try something else. You don't have to be stuck in a program. That is something that I definitely needed to learn for myself. So that's number 2. Number 3 is start with a short time period and build up. Again, if this is something that is a challenge for you, and if one of your main excuses is I don't have time, start with 10 minutes. Do 10 minutes of stretching. Do a 10-minute walk. Do 10 minutes of dance. Do whatever. Start with 10 minutes and build up from there. I think of it this way is sometimes you can get so stuck in this mindset of, well, if I'm going to work out, I'm going to have to do it for however long, an hour and a half, high intensity, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but why? If you're just starting out, maybe it's better. You have to decide that for yourself, but maybe it's better to start off slow and build up. I know for me, I'm not training for anything. I'm not going to be going to the Olympics. I am not training for a race. Even when I did do the half marathon, for me, my goals didn't have to do with time or speed. My goal, I did it to celebrate how far I had come. So my goal was to just finish. I didn't care if I walked the whole thing or not. I just wanted to finish. So figuring out in your why you're trying to do this, figure out what those goals are. What are your goals? Because there's no reason that you have to work out for half an hour, 2 hours at high intensity. It depends on what your goals are. And depends on, why you're doing this. So that's the third one. Number 4 is get support. So I know this is really hard sometimes to reach out and have that vulnerable moment to get support from your loved ones and just say, hey, you know what? I need to do this, and I need your support, and I need your encouragement. And you know your relationship, so you need to decide whether or not that includes, hey, will you ask me if I did my workout? Or if that means, hey, you know what, I need to do this with somebody, will you be my workout partner? Or just somebody that you can check in with. Or we have groups too that you can check in with too. So there are so many ways that you can get support. Definitely that helps a lot. And then 5 is, I encourage you not to do it for the weight. I really do. If you want to lose weight, I encourage you not to do exercise simply to lose weight. Do it for your health. Do it so that you have more stamina to go play with your kids, or to run around with your dog, or to go on that trip and not be winded all the time. Or just to have a happier life, have more stamina, have more endorphins, be a little happier, build that confidence in yourself. I know for me, that's what I'm doing right now with this program. It is an intense program, but my focus on it is to do it the 6 days a week, simply because I'm at that point physically, but so that I can prove to myself that I can. And I am building confidence along the way, and I am building endurance along the way, and I am building stamina along the way. It's not for weight loss. Weight loss happens in the kitchen. Exercise definitely supports it, and exercise is a great way to tone. And yes, you can bulk up with exercise as well. But for the average Joe, weight loss happens in the kitchen with your nutrition. So I encourage you to not be so hyper-focused on losing weight. I know that's really, really hard to say or hard to think because it's taken me several years to get to that point. But it's changed everything. I'm not struggling with it as much. I'm not fighting it as much because I'm doing it for the right reasons, which is for health, to build my stamina, to manage the autoimmune disease, to be able to live my life more fully, to have more energy, not to lose weight. That happens as a side effect, which is awesome. And I'm not going to tell you that I don't want to lose weight. Of course it's on my mind, but that is not my why. That is not why I am doing this. And I really encourage you to try and work on that mindset, because I tell you, it sure has made everything far more enjoyable. Working out has been far more enjoyable because it's not on my I have to do this list. It is on my I want to do this because this is going to support why I want to be healthier and support the autoimmune disease. So those are my 5 tips. Again, real quick, start with why, a deeper why than losing weight. You know, what does that afford you to do if you are exercising? 2, start with something you enjoy. 3, start with a short time and then build up. 4, get support. And 5, don't do it for the weight. Do it for your health. Do it for your why, not for a number on the scale. So tomorrow I'm going to actually talk about non-scale ways to measure your health. And there are far more, and they are far more rewarding. So come back and join me for that one. If you have questions, please go ahead and leave those in the comments leave those in the comments too. And I will be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Bye.